Hello everyone, it's Caesar. I'm back, and this is another episode of Learning Vegan. A while ago, about a couple weeks back, I went to Grand Rapids. I live in Muskegon, Michigan, and there really isn't a whole lot of vegan options to go out and eat, you might say. So I went to Grand Rapids. It's Grand Rapids, Michigan, 45 minutes away from here, give or take, and I went to the Electric Cheetah. Really good restaurant. They have vegan options. Not so much a vegan restaurant, but a restaurant with vegan options. So I went, and I can tell you it was the longest wait I ever waited on a table. And by the time I got sit, when I sat down and ordered my food, then that was almost the second longest wait till from the time you ordered your food. This has never happened to me. So after almost literally 3 hours, I got my food. But I can tell you it was the most delicious portabello sandwich I ever had. You're gonna think, wow, this dude's dedicated. But you're curious, if you're becoming vegan and you want to find vegan restaurants, what that's like, what the experience. Here in Muskegon, it's hard if you're vegan to find something, and I'd have to investigate what if there's restaurants with options besides the salad. I am kind of a comfort food guy. I like my salads, but I like other things. And part of being vegan is learning to be vegan, learning to do things your way, make it your way. Uh, Everyone knows, vegan means no animal consumption whatsoever. And that's the point of still making something good and delicious. But yeah, make it yours and just take that element out. So anyways, when I got the sandwich, I ate it and I loved it, and I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool. I came home and I started to crave it. I was like, man, I want to recreate this. So in this episode, we're going to recreate what we tasted at the restaurant. This is the recreation episode here. We're going to make portabello sandwich. We got our portabellos ready. We're going to add some tomatoes, asparagus, spinach, vegan cow shredded creamy original cheese, and we have some garlic bread here that I verified that yes, it's vegan. With that being said, I want to tell you a quick little story while we're here, okay? A while ago, I thought I'd be cool, and I did the mistake some people do. They assume. I'm sharing this because part of learning vegan is, and part of learning things in life, period, you're going to make mistakes. So I went to the store and I found these donuts, and they were right in the vegan section. Wow, I'm like, these are not the usual donuts. I looked at it, dairy free, soy free, and I got all excited, and there was something else on there. I grabbed it and I said, wow, cool, I lucked out. I usually always read everything, but for once I assumed. Well, I went home and I wanted to share this with the vegan community. Sure enough, somebody corrected me and said, yeah, this is okay, but, and I said, oh, I am so sorry. And I can tell you that when I looked at the package, I'm like, oh, I should have not assumed, and I should have looked and read like I always do. But that's part of life. That's part of learning. What I like about the vegan community is everybody reached out and said, hey dude, you can go to this place and you can check out these other donuts. Everybody was super cool, and it happens. I think everybody understood that I made a mistake, and it wasn't that, Caesar's, you're not paying attention. It was a mistake, but that's part of life. But what I liked is that the vegan community reached out and said, it's cool. This is your options. You should try this place. You should look into that. It happens. And it felt really good you made a mistake, and everybody let you know with kindness, and they educated you and prepared you to not make those mistakes. And as a reminder, you should probably read the labels and not assume so much. So I just wanted to share that little bit, that part of this, and the whole thing of this YouTube channel, it's about learning to be vegan. Let me remind you that this is me learning to be vegan, and I'm showing you what I'm learning here. So now we're going to continue, and now we're going to make our portabello sandwiches. This is Learning Vegan. Let's start. Okay, we got our pan with some plant-based butter here going, ready for the mushrooms. So we'll put our mushrooms in there. Gonna take a moment here. And then eventually I'll put my asparagus in that. So let's get these babies going, and then we'll get our asparagus going on it. This is a simple and easy sandwich. Not much to show here, but it's so delicious. You can't go wrong with this. Okay, we got our mushrooms going. They're getting there. I'm gonna add the asparagus. I don't like asparagus to be overcooked, but the mushrooms I kind of do. And I'm cooking them together because I don't really want to wash a bunch of pans when they're going to be together anyways. So keep with that concept that when you cook, you should be efficient. You don't need to dirty a bunch of stuff. Unless you plan on washing, you better wash it. But if you don't need to dirty a bunch of dishes and pans, you don't. I love to cook on iron skillets here. It's a great, wonderful thing. Old school, the way I like it. So we're going to let these sit now, and then we'll come back when it's almost done. We're going to add our cheese to the mushrooms. There isn't a whole lot to this dish, but it's so, so delicious. So we're going to let these finish up, and then we'll come back. Alright, this is going nicely, beautiful. We're going to add our cheese. Figure while I'm at it, I'd make two sandwiches because that's where I have dinner, and then I'll have lunch tomorrow. I killed two birds with in the same show. Well, I didn't kill two birds. We vegans don't kill birds, but we killed two situations. There, I corrected that. I got on an old school, iron. I don't know what you call these deals, but anyways, I'm toasting the bread, and it's gonna be toasted. And yeah, if you can, I can't think right up there what do we call these deals, but anyways, well, I use these to warm up my tortillas. I guess I call it a tortilla skillet warmer. I forgot the name of this, but that's why I'm letting you guys know so somebody can correct me and point this out. Maybe if my friend Tommy watches this, he will correct me on this since he is the iron skillet expert. Alright, so we got that going, and over here our cheese. This is almost complete. Like I said, this is a simple dish, but it's so, so delicious. So we're almost there. We're just waiting for our bread to get a little toasty, and we'll start making our sandwiches. And I got everything else ready. Oh yeah, I'm hungry. Okay, now our sandwich is ready. We're gonna build it, and we got the two ends. We'll start out with some spinach. Put it on the bottom. Soggy spinach. Get that out. Put our portabello with cheese. Our asparagus, tomatoes. And then over here, we're going to make this little dressing with some vegan mayo that I bought. I really like this. And ketchup, which it's a little... If you mix this up, it's the same thing they used at the electric cheetah pretty much. I think I need a little bit more ketchup. There. So we want to mix this up nice and neatly. There. Then we'll put this dressing over it. Like so. And then we top it off, and our sandwich is ready. Pause that for a moment. Alright, can you put this on? Okay. The finished product. I had to get some curly fries for my sandwich. The sandwich is there. At the Electric Cheetah, they served their sandwich with a pickle, which was fine. So really keep that in mind, that with your sandwich you want a pickle. If you don't want anything, in my case, I wanted a jalapeno, a little heat to this. So with your French fries, ketchup, you can make a guacamole, you can make it whatever you want. You know the rules. As a vegan, you know the rules. But here it is. And unlike some famous celebrity cooks who cook and make meals for you, the only difference between them and I is I actually eat my food because I am really hungry and I don't like to waste food. And when I do this and share this with you gentlemen, ladies, folks, I eat this because food is sacred. You shouldn't be wasting it. I don't care how rich and how much money you have and you think you can do what you want. You shouldn't be wasting food. Just something I saw recently and I thought that was kind of bad to find out that celebrity cooks do this. So no, I won't be that. I'll always eat my food. I love my cooking. Let's take a bite because I am starving. Mmm. Mm-mm-mm. I want to make another episode, something like this, but we're going to do it on the grill and make some other things. I do have some ideas. One thing I can tell you, the original sandwich I had at the Electric Cheetah had this unusual broccoli, very different than what I'm used to seeing, and I didn't find it. So I went with asparagus. We kind of go long in there, and I added spinach to my sandwich to add a little more to it. Once again, the rules of you can add what you want. If you like it and you're cool with it, go for it. The sky's the limit in the kitchen for you, always. Always make it yours. But anyways, I can ramble on all day about that. Or I can just get busy and get eating. I'm Caesar, and this is Learning Vegan. And we got the portabello, the recreated Electric Cheetah portabello sandwich, my take, my version. A little different. And, well, that's all, folks. That's all I have for today. I'm going to get eating, and we'll see you next week. Bye.